What's up, everyone? So we got another couple of videos to make today. We're going to do Revit 2024 3.3 update. This came out end of May. We're just pushing it around after some testing. Full disclosure, I've already deployed this in my in my company, but wanted to share kind of the steps to do it. We got our input folder here. Went ahead and downloaded the file off the Manage Autodesk website. You can find it there. In here, in my input folder, I have the update. Pretty simple. Our PowerShell script is pretty much just as simple. Basically, we're copying it to the Autodesk folder. We're saying, hey, run from here. Here's the command line. This one's super simple. It's just a -q after the exe. I then have added my 2-minute wait, and then deletes the file just to free up that hard drive space, because you really don't need the exes of the updates once the install happens. So one of the things we're not going to do in this video is actually run it, because I don't have Revit 2024 on here, but we're going to kind of walk through how that goes and what we'll do. So obviously, for some of the other videos, you've already seen how to make the packages. I have the package here. A couple of things I do want to call out in this video, and sorry if you can hear my dogs eating their treats, but the big thing with these updates that I always like to point out is kind of what we target for the updates in terms of Intune. So we are going to bring that up, and I will show the app in just a sec. But this target is important for a couple reasons. So I'm going to show you what we're targeting and why. So here's my 2024 3.3 app. You can already see I've deployed it out. Couple failed. Some of those people have pending restarts. It'll just sit there and fail. We basically have the not installed, or people who do not have Revit 2024, because that is a requirement for this. And you can see it's hit most of the machines, few install pendings. Just depends on restart cycle for folks. So the one thing that can affect people is if you don't set like a time for deployment for this. If this runs while they have Revit open, they get signed out. They will disconnect them from their licensing, all that stuff, and it takes a little while for it to fully deploy. So be wary of that. Make sure you set your kind of time. But we're going to look at this, kind of take a look at some of the stuff. Obviously, we type in the description, which is just the release notes, just more for our own keeping. Our install command is basically calling the PowerShell script that you saw. Just as a reminder, the PowerShell script was pretty simple for this one. It's just calling the exe, basically. It's copying it to that C Autodesk folder, running from there, and then deleting the file. There's not much to it for the updates. So we see that. The important thing here is really the detection rule. So a lot of these Autodesk ones go C Autodesk, local machine software, Autodesk. You go down to Revit, you go down to the Revit, whichever one it is, right? So basically every one of your components or every one of your updates, like here's an example for 2026. This was release update 1. So that makes a folder. For something like 2024, you'd have a running list. So if you had 1, 2, 3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, they're all going to show up here in this registry key. So this is the registry key. Now the big thing here, if your update installs but has errors, or if something's missing, or somebody restarted their computer while it was installing, that kind of stuff, and you go to rerun it, if the registry key lives here, Autodesk will say it's already installed and not install. So if you're trying to reinstall an update, delete this registry key, and then the reinstall can happen. It's the same for pretty much every update in Revit. If you delete out the registry key under here for the update, then the installer won't detect that it's installed, and it'll go from there. So that's the important piece from this video. But as you can see, for dependencies here, we have our Revit 2024 deployment just set to detect. If you make this available for everybody or to auto install for everybody, and this is set to install, you're gonna have everybody get a version of Revit. So please keep that up. We supersede our updates, so we still keep the apps, but just kind of replace it. So this knows it's taking over for that. Our required install for all devices. It just ignores anybody who doesn't have Revit, and then it's available in Company Portal for all users. So real simple video on doing this one. Just wanted to put it out there so you guys saw it and really talk about that registry key because it's important. Thanks.